And so here we are. First thing we did was take the tail light out, the bumper off, and a splash shield that goes underneath it here to give ourselves some access. Before we even remove the paint, we found access holes through here, help crack the damage. Here, and underneath it here we can reach under with a dollar and a hammer to some degree. And we pried this all out. We started from the outside of the dent and worked our way in. And we roughed it out and dollied it out as good as we could to get it within 1/4 of an inch. And then the metal that was still just too shrunk, we couldn't handle with the paint on it, so we ground it off to bare metal. And then we went back with our stud gun. And the places we couldn't reach that were enclosed, we used the stud gun on those and brought those out. And we heat shrinked some of the spots that were bulged out too much, stretched. And we got those back down to within tolerance. And now we're ready for the next go on it. One thing to watch out for is on a stud gun. This panel here, I had replaced with an aftermarket side panel. So I don't see any kind of a galvanized finish on this. An original GM box side panel would have had a finish on it. And you can notice it when you start grinding off the paint. There's like a metallic finish on it between it and the metal. That you want to leave on as much as possible. But when you go and use your stud gun, and your stud gun is going to react with that galvanization and sometimes spit and sputter and give you trouble. So you're going to have to play around with that a little bit to get familiar with the different kind of metals that you're working on. And another thing with the stud gun is you want to be aware on some of these vehicles, there's hidden insulation that's behind some of these panels, especially on some Fords, some of the custom vans, and that when you're using a stud gun, it's actually like a MIG welder because you're heating it with an electric charge. And a lot of times there's a flame on the back side, and anything flammable back there can go. So it's a good idea to have an air blower and a squirt bottle around. So if there's a flame that starts off, you can blow some air on it to extinguish it, or you can shoot some water onto it. And then last of all, make sure the panel is pretty stiff. When you're using your sanders on it, it's not just going to want to flux in on you. It's got to be able to hold its own shape on its own. And now the last thing I want to do before I put body filler on it is go back where I used the stud gun. There's going to be little sharp spots in the metal here, wherever I used it. I'll just take a light grinder, a little 3-inch grinder right here, and I'll knock the edges off of those a little bit. And then I'll take an 8-inch orbital, which we call a Bondo Buster, put some 40 on it, and then clean off the whole metal panel again. Use some pre-cleanal over that, and then I'm ready for body filler.